Anda menyaksikan Money Talks bersama saya, Andi Shalini. Dan saat ini saya sudah bersama dengan Head of DBS Foundation, Karen Ngui. Hello Karen, how are you doing?
Good morning, thank you.
Thank you for joining our show today. As we know, DBS has a vision to be the best bank for a better world. So how does DBS define this vision, and also how does DBS commit to implementing that vision into the daily operation, business strategy, and also every project and program?
Right. DBS was founded back in 1968. We were formed to help Singapore develop. So back then, the D of DBS was the Development Bank of Singapore. So that strong sense of purpose is very deeply rooted in the bank's DNA. So all these years, we believe in doing good first, and by doing good, we will do well. So doing well by doing good. Right, yeah. So everything that we do, be it on our consumer banking side, our corporate banking side, we first think about, finding solutions that would enable to grow their finances, for businesses to grow, and also for society to progress in totality. So on the bank side, we create financial value. On the DBS Foundation side, we are coming in to complement that to create social impact and social value.
So doing well by doing good.
Yes.
That's how the vision translates
That's right.
into the practices. And from DBS perspective, as a financial institutions, how urgent it is to empower vulnerable communities in order to achieve sustainable and also inclusive economic growth?
Yeah, I think it's really important to have that sense of purpose and profit coming together. I think the traditional way of viewing things is where the vulnerable communities are looked after by charities and NGOs, and then businesses and corporates make money. But I think increasingly it's important for it to come together, because I think in order for businesses to prosper, all of society needs to move together. So I think we need to ensure that no one gets left behind. There is equal opportunity for everyone. And hence, it's important that not just DBS, but more organizations come forward to do their part for society and humanity.
Mm-hmm. So supporting vulnerable communities is not just a charity, but also a part long-term strategic, right?
Because society needs to develop and progress. There's no point having a very successful business if there are pockets in society that are struggling and suffering. So I think we need to lift the whole community and all of society together.
And in your perspective, what key problems or barriers must be solved to improve the lives of vulnerable communities and also help them achieve long-term and also self-sustaining growth?
Yeah. No, I think that's a great question, which is actually at the core of the DBS Foundation. We believe that, it's, although it's very commonly used, not just giving a fish, but teaching people how to fish, this is where we think we need to enable systemic change.
Okay.
So it's working with our partners in the ecosystem, working with our colleagues in the bank as volunteers, working with the businesses, within DBS to all come together to drive systemic change, such that it is scalable and also sustainable. Because, social problems from climate change to aging, there's so much going on in this world. So we all have to come together to do our part.
All right. And with those challenges in mind, in practical terms, what are DBS actual contributions to ensure vulnerable communities can meet their essential needs, such as proper clothing, housing, and also food, in a sustainable and consistent way?
Yeah. So at the DBS Foundation, we look towards uplifting lives and livelihoods. And so when it comes to uplifting lives, it's important that in order for the vulnerable communities to start to think about a better future, we need to take out all the uncertainties. So food, shelter, housing, hence the reason why we work with partners to actually provide essential needs. So that's with regards to helping, them to kind of not have to worry about the basics, such that they can worry about a better tomorrow going forward. And that's where the second part comes in on uplifting livelihoods, giving people the skill sets to learn financial literacy, learn how to save money, learn how to actually, their digital skill sets, also in digital banking as well. Because in today's world, it's very hard to progress if you're not digitally kind of literate. So uplifting lives through essential needs, uplifting livelihoods through actually financial and digital literacy, and also working with the businesses to actually if you will, enable them, to nurture them, to find innovative solutions to today's problems and tomorrow's problems. Because I think yesterday's thinking is not going to help us solve today's problems, right?
Could you elaborate those innovative solutions that you mentioned before?
Yeah. So, for example, on our grant program, we are looking at businesses, social enterprises, or even SMEs that are looking to develop new and different ways to address different concerns or challenges brought up by aging societies. So, be it medtech, how do they use technology to perhaps better track and monitor older people? Because the elderly population needs a lot of support, and at the same time, they also want to be independent. So how do we use technology to enable that? Another key thing with regards to societies, aging societies, is isolation. We don't want the elders to live at home. We want them to live together with the younger generation. So the whole environment and homes and all that needs to be redesigned and redeveloped also. So the whole built environment, and that's working together. So we have an award called an Impact Beyond Award, where we are looking towards existing businesses that are developing aging solutions, looking to scale. So this would be the second year of our award, where we're giving out up to $3 million to businesses that are enabled to do that. Yeah.
And what are the obstacles do you see?
I think it's largely a mindset thing, because typically aging is viewed, and not incorrectly, but it's only viewed in a very one-dimensional way, that it's a problem, it's a burden to society. It's only very sort of almost depressing, it's about end-of-life issues. And yes, eventually we'll all go there. But the question is, how do we increase living spans? Not just longer lifespans, but how do we add more life to years, not just years to life? And how do we work together to ensure that everyone, regardless of their circumstances, is able to journey through life with purpose, dignity, and joy?
And what are the movement from the DBS to make sure all these vulnerable communities have a better living?
Yeah, it's working with the whole ecosystem. So one of the things in the past is there are many good initiatives, but they are all in their respective domains. But if you look at life, just like you and I, there are so many things, from our family to where we live, where we work, tools that would enable us to do things. I think it's all interrelated. And so if we can bring people together, different ecosystem partners from different industries, and also both public sector, private sector, to kind of look towards solving a core kind of issue about helping societies to age better. So it's, first of all, having that mindset to work together, and secondly, looking at implementing actions, and also having both a medium to longer term view. Some of these things would take a few years to actually materialize. We cannot be expecting results overnight. But I think having that persistence to kind of focus on it, because the silver economy is actually growing. Whilst it has its challenges, it also brings forward opportunities as well.
Could you share to us what are the initiatives that DBS Foundation have done?
Yeah, so we're looking towards living spans, increasing living spans, and looking at financial health, for example. Health is not only about physical health, it's physical health, mental health, social health, and last but certainly not least, financial health. So at DBS, we focus on financial planning for our customers. We also tap onto the skill sets of our bankers to actually develop financial planning programs for the persons with disabilities, for people from underprivileged homes and areas, to teach them basic financial planning skills. So I think that's one of the things that we're doing. We're also working with different organizations to enable micro jobs for seniors. Because these days, people are retiring about in their 60s, but lifespans are longer. In Singapore, for example, it's in the 80s. How do we ensure that they have something to do? So it's not only about the income from employment, but it's actually that sense of meaning and purpose that we want to enable. So that's another set of our programs. So it's very diverse, but it's all collectively coming together to improve living spans such that everyone can age with dignity, purpose, and joy.
And what about the women? As you know, women in Indonesia, most of them are breadwinner. But please hold on your answer because we will continue our discussion after the break. Pemirsa, jangan kemana-mana. Segmen Money Talks masih akan kembali saat lagi. Tetaplah bersama kami.